Hi everyone, Sean Whelan, founder, CEO of JGO Incorporated. Glad you're watching this DVD. Congratulations for getting excited about and ordering and then using the OPCs Extreme, or we call it JGO. This product is not going to let you down. This is one of those things you should do for yourself every day. We call it health insurance in a box for a real reason. On this DVD, you're going to see Dr. Ted Chandler from Wake Forest speak about the value of the OPCs and the product and a little history. It's a fun video to watch. Hope you enjoy it. Please take time to find out more about this product if you don't know that much about it. Again, if you got a heart and you got blood veins, you got blood pumping through those veins, you should put one of these in your body every day. It's a very expensive formula. For me, the CEO, the owner of the company, this is a very expensive formula. It's not full of fillers and weird stuff. It's got Shilajit, it's got selenium, it's got just a ton of very expensive ingredients. Again, it's not packed full of a bunch of junk. It's packaged in 30 individual packages in a 4x4 cube box. You can take this with you. It's portable. You can pass them out as samples if you want to build a business with this product. We package it this way instead of in a tub with a scoop. It's more expensive that way. This individual packaging is expensive, but it's not expensive to you because I absorb that cost. I'm taking that on the nose because I want you to have the product packaged this way for your marketing and for your personal convenience. You can put this in your pocket. You can go to work. You can have it with you. You don't have a tub to drag around and a scoop and all of that stuff. And so we're excited about our OPCs product, to say the least. JGO. Do you JGO? We have buttons that says Do you JGO? Do you JGO? And again, you're getting this DVD because most probably you just ordered it, and we want you to learn about the product that you're using. Don't stop here though. Continue your investigation and learn the value of these individual ingredients and the value of this product. If you should start a business with us, we have these brochures available, and you can actually offer an individual a 3-day supply if they'll just fill out this coupon for you. So you can capture their information, tear it off with the brochure, hand them the brochure and a 3-day supply, and then follow up properly using the scripts in our JGO Business Center, and you're going to be off and running. There's a very sure, proven marketing rhythm behind this product as well. So take time to learn that, and we appreciate you taking time to watch this DVD. Looking forward to see you around real soon.
This has really been great. I really love this. See, here's the... If we could take and start a JGO unit in every community in America, you could solve all the health problems of America. See, I showed this in High Point. It's really a remarkable study. Is if you come in and you establish small individual businesses in a community, the whole community's health rises. Death falls, obesity falls, type 2 diabetes falls to levels that are far below the national average just by starting a business. And it's 20% of the population. See, these are 10,000 populations, and this is in Colorado, and they had 2,000. They dropped all of these statistics remarkably. This is a remarkable study. But my job today is to tell you all you want to know about the OPC. Now you have to remember, I'm a professor, you know, they're kind of boring at times, but I'll try not to be too bad. This week in America, there was a phenomenon that's among the most popular, or not popular, dreaded phenomenons. 11 million Americans went to the doctor, went to a primary care doctor. This is the office visit, you know, 11 million Americans. Now 80% of them were taking a supplement. And on your supplement it says somewhere, not meant to cure or prevent or do certain things, and then it says consult your physician before using this product. So you go in, these 11 million people, 80% of them are taking a supplement, and they go in and they ask their doctor about, should I be using this supplement? Well, it's like I was talking to someone a while ago who has diabetes, and they asked their doctor, and she said, oh no, don't do that. Well, this is such a strange phenomenon. 72% of doctors, cardiologists, this survey was done with cardiologists, done by the AMA, 72% of cardiologists take a supplement, but none of them recommend them to their patients. Why is this? It's very strange, because doctors engage in groupthink. They take the position that their degree has given them, and that becomes them. And they lose common sense. And they lose the scientist edge, which is curiosity. They're not curious enough about going deeper into what about supplements. Consequently, when questions arise, they quickly point out that that supplements aren't FDA approved. Well, I've been practicing medicine for more than 50 years, and I've prescribed drugs that were FDA approved, and people died from them. You know what I mean? It's a strange world. So then your doctor gets proactive. They say, well, no, don't take the supplement, but they don't have time to talk to you, so they order tests and procedures and medications and referrals, and what you get is a big bill. Well, they make matters worse. So doctors are prisoners of the system. And I wouldn't practice that way. I saw that a long time ago. I've taught a lot of medical students, and I've done lots of research. And I still do research at Wake Forest, but I wouldn't practice that way because I don't believe in it. Now, if they're right about OPC, if they're right, you could say, what are they basing that on? See, doctors like to claim that they practice evidence-based medicine. The evidence is on this, not on what they're saying. The OPC, does anybody know what that stands for? Can pronounce that? Ray, you're not going to do it, are you? Oligomeric proanthocyanidin. All of us say that. No, I'm just kidding. After 50 years of research, there's been 50 years of research into the OPC. What do we know about it? Well, here are the things. I'm just going to read out in kind of quick order about 14 things that there's evidence from research model that says this is some of what it does. It protects our body cells, it lowers bad cholesterol, reduces platelet stickiness, makes the walls of blood vessels stronger, repairs collagen, reduces inflammation, helps PMS and menopause, reduces diabetic eye disease, makes skin smoother and prettier, decreases allergies, increases joint flexibility, decreases the risk of 80 degenerative diseases, protects against viruses, and improves Alzheimer's, among other things. Well, that is a pretty powerful list. So what else are doctors missing? It's the patterns of behavior with regard to nutrition. See, we've known for a long time that if you eat 9 servings of fruits and vegetables every day, you can stay out of the doctor's office. You know, don't go for those annual physicals and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to tell you what not to do because that'll create a conflict. But nonetheless, here's what we found. If you look at servings of fruits and vegetables and disease like heart disease, diabetes, cancer, there's a correlation. So you take 9 as a guide, And then you do surveys and you find that people are eating about three servings a day. Well, increase that to 4. Why don't doctors just tell you, increase your servings of fruits and vegetables to 4 a day? I mean, that's behavior, you know. But they don't have time to do that. So so this is the rationale for supplements. It's because the average intake of fruits and vegetables is between 2 and 5. Another doctor and I, we went into a lot of churches. We took surveys. We tried to impress on people the importance of this, and we may have seen some success, but this is the way to do that, plus the supplement. And this is what makes a company live, and you learn new stuff, and you teach it to the people that you're talking about. See, it's not just you become an advocate for this, you become an advocate for a better life. And so the patient has this bottle, so they go in and they dump it out to the doctor and they say, well, I'm taking this. Well, part of what, let's just look at classes of supplements. You've got vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin D, the B vitamins, is a whole range of them. And so sometimes you'll see one by itself that's solitary, and those are synthetic. They're in Walmart, all over, in every drugstore, in GNC. These have been around a long time, and they're cheap, and so people use them, but there have been a number of studies that have followed thousands of people for a long time, 10 years, 15 years. The question would be, do synthetics help prevent certain diseases or help you live longer? And the answer is no. They have not helped that. And a study came out, it's been about 3 or 4 months ago, that said they don't show any benefit, and people started calling up doctors at Wake Forest and said, what do we do about these vitamins that some of you have been recommending? And they didn't have a good answer for that. But here's the other classes: synthetics, and then you have fruits, vegetables, and herbs. So you look at all the fruits and all the vegetables and all the herbs, and you look at where they come from and what the history is behind them, and you can see this is why you have noni juice and pomegranate juice, because there's a history behind it from wherever that came from. And the more exotic it is, then the more people are likely to create a company around it, like a number of companies have done that Sean has worked with. So this is the one way you see it. Either they take the product itself, the fruit, and take either the seeds or the skin and the seeds and put it in a capsule, dry it and cut it to pieces and put it in a capsule, and then you have a supplement. Then other companies they combine these together, and so you have a combination. Now, what about the OPC itself? What's the background? Well, envision this. In 1597, Captain Cartier up on the St. Lawrence River ran out of food. It was winter. All of his men started getting scurvy. And an Indian chief came and he said, if you will take the bark off of a particular pine tree and make a tea from it and have your men drink the tea, it'll cure their scurvy. Well, it did in short order. So this was remarkable. I mean, that was 1597. So 350 years later, a chemist in France found that journal and looked at it, and he said, this is remarkable. Why don't we do that now? Let's go find a pine tree. So he found the same pine tree, and I don't know whether you'll remember, this was pycnogenol. Came out some years ago, and this was the first name for the OPC. Then it was renamed a little later. Well, it had lots of beginning from that point, you see. we have then research, because this was a research guy. So you have OPCs are basically antioxidant based, but they have far more qualities than that. And so you can use them to block free radicals. The older you get, the more free radicals you have. And so you use OPCs to block free radicals. Free radicals damage cells, they damage arterial walls, they make your blood sludge, they make lots of things, they change cellular portions that lead to what I call mutations. These are genetic tendencies that express themselves in cancer or in type 2 diabetes. Now, see, we've learned a lot since the chemist in France discovered that journal. That was 47. The human genome has been mapped, and so we know a lot about our genetic structure. But here's the reason that that you need to know if you're talking to somebody about this. Now, I'm going to give you more information than you can give them, but this gives you a background bit of information. But if you take the law of opposition, that is, everything that we have that promotes health can also promote disease, and it depends on the dose. So every poison has its dose. So then what the OPC does is it restores the balance, and the balance is where you regain health. And the reason that you can do this is because of what's called epigenetics. That is, we found that, okay, everybody has this genetic structure. In your cells you have the DNA and all of the mechanism that makes you either get large, small, blue eyes, whatever, the physical characteristics, the anatomic characteristics, but diseases as well. And so this is expressivity. Well, the epigenetic system, which are cells atop each of these genes, is what governs that. And so the more vegetables you eat, the better that system works. And so it can reverse. See, type 2 diabetes, you could reverse 80% of it by eating more fruits and vegetables and getting your weight down. Now, DNA, now mitochondria, these are energy pumps. They are in every cell, and in some cells there are more, because like in muscle cells you have more than in some other cells, but they can become slowed down. Mitochondriasis, they call that. And so this depends on the cell wall. The cell wall is the flow through, it has these little portals that oxygen flows through and nutrients flow through to get into the cell to make the energy pumps work. And this is the reason people have energy, or on the other hand, they lack energy if those systems don't work. Nutrients flow in red blood cells, you see. This is, Sean and I were looking at a DVD of red blood cells that are sludged, they're pressed together, they're in rouleau or in all kind of pushed together. And then what it showed was a dose of OPC, and then another picture, and everything was flowing as it should. So that's the way OPCs work. Now there's another key to it. If you look on the ingredients, you'll see a number of things. Well, not anything is in a dose that's toxic, but it is in a dose that's effective. And then they work together. This is called synergy. And so everything kind of works together. We don't know how that works. The other thing about the OPC is that if you put, say it's a powder, and you put it in water, and that is the isotonicity. Isotonicity means that by being in that form, you take it into your stomach. It flows through the small intestine. It doesn't have to be absorbed into the bloodstream. A lot of it just absorbs through the wall and bathes the immune system. The immune system is right below the small bowel, and so your immunity will improve, and isotonicity also increases the assurance that it will get through the wall into the cells where it was intended to go. If you put it in a pill form, sometimes that's problematic. It depends on how absorbable, how much it breaks up after it gets in there. Now, the delivery system, the absorption, the isotonicity, the synergy between ingredients within the OPC. Now let's talk about, go back to the captain on the ship and why his people got better quick. Well, the body has 3 systems for regulating life, and these are the self-healing mechanism. The self-healing mechanism has to do with all the things that I was talking about: epigenetics, the genetic cascade, the mitochondria, the cell walls, and nutrients that flow through red blood cells, whatever you eat. All of this has to do with the body's self-healing mechanism. The other thing that the body depends on that sits atop the self-healing is self-regulation. Self-regulation depends on blood sugar, insulin. This is the primary regulating mechanism in the body as to health, because it is the source of energy. And so these limits are narrow, you see, and so the gain of sometimes 10 pounds throws a person over into reduced energy and other things. We don't take it seriously enough that the time to get busy on weight is when you gained about 10 pounds over what you would like to be. But this is self-regulation, self-healing. And so if you look at the, Ray, I take this as a biblical point of view of, it's how I interpret it. But if you look at Genesis, and it starts talking about in the image of God, and so you think, okay, I have intellectual attributes. I have intelligence, discernment, memory, intuition, the capacity for creativity, for passion, for love. Those are attributes. So that's part of the prosperity mechanism. Then you have tools. You have heart. The Bible says, out of the heart, the mouth you'll say whatever comes into your mind. And then you have hands, feet, eyes, ears. These are the tools. And then the question is, what are you going to do with health? How do you want to be remembered? And so this is why I think this is, the medical profession just isn't going to answer the call to try to help people's health. My intent, I'm almost as old as Neil, but I want, what I want to do is to get just before crossing over, the Great Divide and say, well, no regrets, Lord, thank you so much. And then to say, well, I lived, I loved, I mattered, I made a difference. And so you see, my reading of the Bible is that there's the U-turn. You can turn it around anytime you want to. And I'm going to close with this. The other day I was reading this remarkable book. It's actually a business book, but there's a Society of Learning organizations, and they were concerned about the what we're leaving our children. And so they had this luncheon where these executives got together with middle schoolers. And this executive asked a 14-year-old, how do you see your future? And the 14-year-old said, honestly, I feel like you've drunk your juice and then drunk mine. And that's all I came to say.